Welcome to another half-hour Talk to the Experts here on News Talk Radio, and I'm excited to have back with us on our program Jason McNamee. Jason is the co-founder and chief product officer with Lucent Biosciences, a Saskatchewan-born and raised guy bringing some pretty interesting products to the farming community. They've developed this revolutionary smart fertilizer called Soileos. You may have heard Jason on our show over the past couple of months, and he's back with an update as to how him and his company are doing and what it's going to mean for the ag community in our province. And also an interesting message about Saskatchewan agriculture that Jason is taking to a world stage here in the coming days. Welcome back to the program, Jason.
Hey, Brett. Thanks for having me.
So for those that missed out on your program over the past couple of months on Talk to the Experts, a bit of a refresher, your 30-second elevator speech when people say, what exactly is Lucent Biosciences and what is Soileos?
Lucent Biosciences is a company that is committed to delivering sustainable solutions to agriculture community. We started by building a suite of bioactivated crop nutrition products that use cellulose as the basis, or as the carrier, rather, for the nutrients. So the cellulose in the product acts as a food source for your native soil microbiome, and that soil microbiome grows and delivers the nutrients to your crops on time, resulting in superior yield, superior soil health, and sequestering carbon at the same time.
So that's how we come up with the name Soileos, cellulose, and soil. It's all about the health of your soil. You're reinventing crop nutrition. Will this product, in your opinion, get to the point where it would totally reduce the use or eliminate the use of the synthetic fertilizers that the ag community now counts on?
Not yet. We're certainly not there yet. We're only a small part of that package. The nutrient products that we're bringing to market are a potassium, sulfur, and micronutrient product, and that's a smaller part of the market. The bigger part of the market is nitrogen and phosphorus, and we have not figured those out yet. But I can tell you that our R&D teams are working on it diligently, and we think we may have a nitrogen solution, but we won't know for another 6 to 8 months.
Boy, that's impressive. Jason McNamee is with us on our Experts, an update on the progress of his company, Lucent Biosciences, and the development of their Soileos products. I know when we spoke last time, you had told me that you were working on a facility at Rosetown. What's the status on that development?
Well, that Rosetown facility is going quickly. Repurposing an older facility to make it work for manufacturing is an interesting process. Let's call it interesting. And it requires some very intelligent, hardworking people to pull that off. And we're really lucky that the town of Rosetown seems to kick out a lot of those people, as we got a great staff there working hard, 5-6 days a week, 10, 12-hour days, getting that facility ready to receive all the equipment.
That's excellent.
Now, the first piece of equipment's already arrived. We're building concrete pads, insulating, moving boilers, building out things. So really, really interesting.
So will you actually produce your Soileos products there and then ship them out to the ag community?
Yeah, that is going to be our primary manufacturing location. Rosetown is going to have about 20 employees full-time, and we will be shipping Soileos all over the Canadian prairies from Rosetown, starting in probably about the end of the first quarter this year.
Oh, that's impressive. So on into the new year here that you'll be producing that product at Rosetown. You've got production in Humboldt as well?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate in Humboldt. We've been working with the Prairie Agricultural Machinery Institute there. Mm-hmm. They have some fantastic staff, engineering, PLC logic controllers to do, people doing the automation design and, running the product through different pieces of equipment. And so it's a lot of learning by doing, and the collaboration with PAMI has done two things. It's really helped us optimize our manufacturing process. At the same time, it has made product. So we're making about 5 tons a day in Humboldt, and that product's available for sale now.
Good stuff. And what will your production ramp up to once you get Rosetown fully operational? What will your daily output be there, do you know?
Yeah, we're aiming for 20 to 30 tons a day. We'll probably, it'll take some time to ramp up. Like when you commission these sorts of things, it's not going to just turn the switch and everything's going to work great. Mm-hmm. But we should get to 20 tons a day before the end of 2023, and by the end of 2024, we get closer to 30 to 40 tons a day.
It's a fascinating story. Jason McNamee, co-founder, chief product officer with Lucent Biosciences, talking about their presence here in Saskatchewan, the products that they are now producing and will be producing a lot more of as we move into 2023. How about distribution? How's that going to work for farmers that are listening in and have maybe gone to your website, soileos.com, to find out more with the production that you have out of Humboldt and with the coming production out of Rosetown? How will they be able to access that?
Well, anybody can drive their truck over to Rosetown and pick up a load, or Humboldt anytime they want. You bring your pickup truck, your Honda Civic hatchback, we'll fill her up for you. But the distribution in agriculture is a really tough game, and we've been really fortunate to be able to develop distribution agreements with many of the independent retailers, and we're also really excited to announce that Federated Co-ops has picked up Soileos as its only innovation launch product for 2023. So we'll be available in any Federated Co-op facility of your choice.
Boy, that's impressive. Congratulations on that partnership. Speaking of partnerships, I know when we last spoke to Jason, you talked about how the development of your Soileos, thinking about soil health and cellulose, you've got a great partnership with the folks at AGT Foods to help you with your product.
None of this would have been really possible, or it would have taken an extra 5 years if we wouldn't have found the good people at AGT Foods, and if we hadn't been able to really describe to them the opportunity and for them to grasp it so quickly. We're just really fortunate to work with those people. They've given us access to their engineering staff and their maintenance staff to really help us get this going as quickly as possible.
And again, it points to the great atmosphere, the great partnerships that we find so much through the ag industry in the great province of Saskatchewan. My guest on this half hour of our Talk to the Experts is Jason McNamee. Jason is co-founder, chief product officer with Lucent Biosciences, talking about Soileos, their specialized crop nutrition, helping farmers maintain or improve yields and help the environment at the same time. And when we come back after this break, Jason is going to talk about an interesting adventure he is setting off on later today. He's heading off to Egypt to share a message about Saskatchewan agriculture to people of the world. More on that when we return to our Expert Show on News Talk Radio. Welcome back. Interesting program on our Expert Show this weekend. Jason McNamee, co-founder and chief product officer with Lucent Biosciences. You may have heard an earlier interview I did with Jason over the past couple of months on CKOM. This is our update on Jason, his company, and the product. One thing I did want to mention, you were saying how you've got PAMI producing some of your Soileos at Humboldt, their facility there, and you're going to have your Rosetown facility operational in the coming months with 20 staff or so. Are you putting the word out that you're looking for people right now, Jason? Do you need people to apply for some of these positions?
Absolutely. We're always looking for, bright, innovative people who want to be involved in manufacturing a product that is sustainable and, and better than the current suite of products. So if you're interested in working for a fast-paced company like Lucent and our partner AGT, please reach out through our website or through some of the standard hiring platforms.
Excellent. Website, soileos.com. They'll find the information there?
You bet.
Soileos, soileos.com. Now, you're getting on a plane later today, Jason. This is really cool. So you think about the innovation that you and your team are bringing to agriculture on the prairies here. You're taking that message to Egypt. What in the world is that all about?
Well, a really fortunate opportunity arose. The United Nations Climate Summit this year is taking place in Egypt, and the government of Saskatchewan is interested in going and telling their story to the world. And they have asked myself and a couple of other folks from the University of Saskatchewan and the Protein Industry Canada Supercluster to go there and help tell the Canadian agriculture and innovation ecosystem story.
I love how when you look back over agriculture, especially in Saskatchewan, the different products, the different technologies that have come about just from people like yourself, people interested in making agriculture all that more sustainable. And we've got a pretty good track record in Saskatchewan when it comes to innovation, don't we?
Some of the best. I mean, really, looking at even Nutrien comes from Saskatchewan. Look at the folks from Bordeaux near Humboldt. The Seedmaster company, you've got Flaman Industries, Brandt Industries, Degelman Industries. You've got all these family-started businesses that are dead set on making agriculture better, more efficient, more innovative, so that farmers can, really make more money easier in their communities.
When you go to something like this UN climate conference that you're heading off to here this weekend in Egypt, what are you hoping to take away from this conference that you're attending?
Hoping to take away really relationships with other nations, other agriculture ministers, maybe in Canada, maybe in the U.S., maybe in other nations, because I think it's it's vital, actually, that we make agriculture and really all parts of society as efficient as possible. And we need to reuse as much of our products or byproducts as possible in our system in order to allow our next generation a great opportunity to also continue innovating.
So then tell me a little bit about the panel that you're going to be involved with at this conference in Egypt.
Yeah, it's really cool. It is at the Canadian Pavilion, and they've, of course, invited ag people from countries around the world to this. And it's a Saskatchewan-focused panel, and we're going to be talking about the innovation ecosystem in Saskatchewan, about building better, more climate-resilient products, and showing the world how resilient, innovative community like the Made in Saskatchewan solution actually is one of the best solutions that we've come up with so far.
It'll be fascinating for you to be taking part in that. Do you get the sense, too, that there's always people out there in the world criticizing agriculture when it comes to the environment? Do you think the farmer's voice is starting to be heard a little bit more, and will it be heard at this conference?
Well, we certainly are going to represent, at least to the best of our ability, the amazing innovative solutions that have been developed right at home in Saskatchewan. I feel really strongly that the naysayers or the folks that think that Canadian agriculture is a real problem in terms of climate change and ecosystem change, I really feel that they probably have never been to a farm, and they probably don't understand the scope and the scale and the hard work that farmers do in order to maintain their soil health, in order to maintain their soil carbon, because that helps them grow better crops, which in turn helps feed the world. And we can't turn that tap off. We need to take that Saskatchewan solution and take it to other parts of the world that aren't as efficient or as sustainable as the things that we've developed here in Saskatchewan.
It's nice to see how the province of Saskatchewan is coming together with partners like yourself at Lucent Bio and your partners working towards this sustainable form of agriculture. Do you feel the progress is happening and that we will get the solutions that we're looking for in this area?
I don't think there's any question, and it really comes back to that innovator mindset that we have in the prairies and Saskatchewan in particular. Like, for example, one of the great innovations that, or maybe at least I think of it as a great innovation, comes from our friends at AGT Foods, which is, developing a market for pulse products, which has allowed farmers in the prairies to go to a three crop rotation rather than having summer follow. And so they can improve their soil health while growing a crop and getting a profit from it. So those are the sorts of things that I think if we take products like ours, ideas like AGT's pulse marketing opportunities, you take things like the air seeders that have been really developed in Canada, and we find ways to get those into practice in other countries. I think we're going to get there. I think agriculture is one of the leading solutions already, and Saskatchewan is leading the way.
Well, and we've got a great messenger to take that to the world, Jason. We wish you nothing but the best in your travels and what you're going to be able to say and learn when you're at this United Nations conference in Egypt. We look forward to hearing your thoughts after you return as well. But the bottom line is people are listening to our program here today. Jason McNamee, co-founder, chief product officer with Lucent Biosciences. At the ground level, their Humboldt production at the PAMI facility is continuing. Their Rosetown facility is hoping to be online here in a few months' time, and they are looking for staff. If you'd like to find out more, go to their website, soileos.com, soileos.com. Always a pleasure, Jason. Thanks so much for your time. Safe travels, and enjoy Egypt.
Thank you, Brent. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.
You've been listening to Talk to the Experts, a presentation of Lucent Biosciences on News Talk Radio.